And get this, that comment was directed at a man who had just announced a $1 trillion investment into America in a single stroke. This wasn't just any guy, he's also the richest prince in the world. Cheating on your wife after having 3 kids with her already says a lot about a person's character. Since winning the 2024 election, Trump's actions have been openly controversial. Many believe he is harmful not only to other countries, but also to America itself. Stormy Daniels says that when she arrived at Trump's room, he greeted her wearing pajamas. She went to the bathroom, and when she came back out, Trump was lying on the bed in boxer shorts and a t-shirt. On March 28, 2026, something absolutely wild happened. It went down at the Miami Convention Center during a massive Saudi investment conference. The room was packed with billionaires, guests and hosts alike. Everyone was there to talk about how Saudi Arabia could pour serious money into the United States. The mood was optimistic. People were expecting big deals to get done. Everyone thought Saudi Arabia was about to drop billions of dollars, creating thousands of American jobs in the process. But then, Donald Trump walked on stage and dropped a single sentence that left the entire room in complete shock.
He didn't think he'd be kissing my ass. He really didn't. He thought he'd be just another American president that was a loser, where the country was going downhill. But now he has to be nice to me.
And get this, that comment was directed at a man who had just announced a $1 trillion investment into America in a single stroke. This wasn't just any guy, he's also the richest prince in the world. The words that came out of Trump's mouth were so crude, so low class, and so disrespectful that it didn't sound like something a president of the United States or any civilized person should ever say. Today, in this short video, we're diving into the many different sides of Donald Trump's life, because Trump isn't just one thing. He's a sportsman, a businessman, a TV host, and an author. He's been the president of the United States, and he's also a master at using the kind of crude, no-filter language that makes people's jaws drop. Some people see him as a hero, others call him rude and completely classless. In today's video, we're breaking down some of the most interesting sides of Trump's life for you. Donald Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in New York City. In 1959, when he was just 13 years old and in 7th grade at Keyu Forest School, Trump and his best friend used to sneak off to Manhattan and buy switchblades. He would bring them home and hide them in his room. One day, his father, Fred Trump, found them. He was furious and immediately sent Trump to the New York Military Academy, hoping the strict discipline there would straighten him out. At just 13 years old, having an obsession with switchblades was extremely dangerous. In 2nd grade, Trump got so angry at his music teacher that he punched him right in the face and gave him a black eye. He nearly got expelled for it. Even after joining military school, his aggressive side continued. In one incident, after a fight, Trump tried to push a fellow cadet out of a 2nd floor window. Other students had to stop him. Trump wasn't just a student, he was a serious athlete too. At New York Military Academy, he played 3 years of varsity baseball, mostly as a first baseman, and in his senior year, he was named captain of the baseball team. His coach, Theodore Dobius, described him as aggressive, coachable, and someone with a great glove at first base. He had good range and always kept the infield alert. One of his biggest moments came in the 1964 prep school championship game. With the score tied 4-4 and runners on 2nd and 3rd, Trump stepped up to the plate and delivered a clutch RBI single, winning the game for his team in dramatic fashion. He also played varsity football and soccer for 1 year each. Teammates remember him as a strong, competitive athlete who hated losing and gave everything on the field. Trump started his real estate career when he was around 25 to 30 years old. His father, Fred Trump, played a big role in helping him acquire the old Commodore Hotel in New York. Trump then partnered with the Hyatt hotel chain, completely renovated the property, and in 1980, he reopened it as the Grand Hyatt New York. This was Donald Trump's first major solo business success. Right after that came his next big project, the iconic Trump Tower. Construction began in 1979, and it officially opened in 1983 in the heart of Manhattan. Trump Tower quickly became his signature building. It brought him massive profits and made him a household name across America. In 1989, after the success of Trump Tower, Donald Trump launched his own airline called the Trump Shuttle, also known as Trump Airlines. He turned it into an ultra-luxurious airline with fancy interiors and top-class service. However, it didn't last long. The airline ran for only about 3 years. Instead of making money, it ended up costing Trump over $100 million in losses. He had originally bought the shuttle service for $365 million. It was officially shut down in April 1992. 1 year before starting the airline, in 1988, Trump bought a super luxurious yacht named the Trump Princess. He purchased it from the Sultan of Brunei for $29 million, but he didn't keep it for long either. In 1991, he sold it to Saudi Prince Al-Walid bin Talal for around $20 million. That same yacht is still famous today and is now known as the Kingdom 5KR. The main reason Trump had to sell both the airline and the yacht was the devastating 1990 recession. It hit his businesses extremely hard. Along with the Trump Shuttle and the Trump Princess, he was forced to sell many other properties. At that time, Trump was in massive trouble. He was personally over $3 billion in debt. It was one of the darkest periods of his life, but Trump refused to give up. He showed incredible resilience and bounced back. Just a few years later, he bought the Miss Universe organization, which included Miss Universe, Miss USA, and Miss Teen USA. As an author, Donald Trump has also built a massive name for himself. His very first book brought him both huge money and worldwide fame. Trump claims he has written 15 to 20 books, but the truth is that most of them were ghostwritten. He would give the ideas, share his stories, and put his name on them, while someone else actually wrote the book. His first and most famous book, The Art of the Deal, came out in 1987 and became a massive bestseller. In it, Trump shared details of his biggest business deals like Trump Tower and his casinos, along with his secrets of negotiation and big thinking. His second book, Surviving at the Top, was released in 1990. In this book, he openly talked about how tough the 1990 recession was for him and how he fought to make a comeback. In 1997, he released The Art of the Comeback, which focused on his dramatic return to success. In 2004, he released 2 more books, How to Get Rich and Think Like a Billionaire, both full of his business ideas and advice. Then, in 2015, he wrote Crippled America, which was his first major book focused on politics. Trump stepped into the world of entertainment around the early 1980s. In 1985, he made his first television appearance in an episode of The Jeffersons. In 1989, he did his first acting role in the movie Ghosts Can't Do It. During the same period, he also made cameo appearances in Home Alone 2 and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. In 1988 and 1989, Trump hosted WrestleMania 4 and WrestleMania 5 at his Trump Plaza Hotel in Atlantic City. Then, in 1996, he made his biggest move in the entertainment industry by buying the Miss Universe organization, which included Miss USA and Miss Teen USA. But his greatest fame in entertainment came in 2004 when he started hosting the reality TV show The Apprentice on NBC. The show ran successfully from 2004 to 2015 and made Trump a massive household name. It was here that his famous catchphrase, "You're fired," became legendary. Donald Trump has been married 3 times. Trump married his first wife, Ivana Zelnichkova, on April 9, 1977. At the time, Trump was 30 and Ivana was 28. She was a Czech model and former athlete. Their marriage lasted 15 years and ended in a messy divorce in 1992 due to Trump's affairs. They have 3 children together: Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump. The divorce was one of the most expensive in New York history at the time. Ivana received around $14 million plus hundreds of thousands of dollars every year for child support. Cheating on your wife after having 3 kids with her already says a lot about a person's character. Trump's second wife was actress and model Marla Maples. Their affair had started in 1989 and they got married in 1993. Trump was 47 and Marla was 30 at the time. They had 1 daughter together, Tiffany Ariana Trump. This marriage also didn't didn't last long and ended in divorce in 1999, just 6 years later. Trump married his current wife, Melania Knauss, on January 22, 2005. Melania was a professional model. They had met in 1998. At the time of marriage, Trump was 58 and Melania was 34. They have one son together, Baron William Trump. Donald Trump began his political journey in 1987 when he joined the Republican Party. In 1999, he switched to the Reform Party and even made a brief attempt to run for president in 2000 before dropping out. In 2001, he joined the Democratic Party, then returned to the Republicans in 2009. He also spent some time as an independent. In 2012, he rejoined the Republican Party. From the 1980s to the 1990s, he repeatedly called for military action against Iran.
So you're advocating that we should have gone in there with troops, etc., and brought our boys out.
I absolutely feel that, yes. I don't think there's any question, and there's no question in my mind. I think right now would be an oil-rich nation, and I believe that we should have done it, and I'm very disappointed that we didn't do it.
In 2016, he won the Republican nomination and defeated Hillary Clinton to become the President of the United States. However, his victory and entire presidency remained highly controversial. During his first term, one of his first major actions was moving the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, recognizing it as Israel's capital. His handling of the COVID-19 pandemic was widely criticized as unscientific, and nearly 400,000 Americans died during that period. In the next election, he lost to Joe Biden. After the defeat, Trump strongly claimed the election was rigged. However, he lost over 60 court cases, many of them decided by judges he himself had appointed. On January 6, 2021, while Congress was counting the electoral votes, Trump's supporters attacked the U.S. Capitol. This happened after Trump told his supporters at a rally to fight like hell. 5 people were killed in the riot. Even today, Trump refuses to accept Biden's victory and continues to call it a stolen election. In 2024, he defeated Kamala Harris and won the presidency again. During his campaign, he faced 91 criminal charges. On July 13, 2024, Trump survived an assassination attempt during a rally. A spectator was killed and Trump's ear was injured, but he survived. The shooter was killed on the spot by the Secret Service. Another assassination attempt was made on September 15, 2024 by a man named Ryan Ruth, who was arrested before he could act. Since winning the 2024 election, Trump's actions have been openly controversial. Many believe he is harmful not only to other countries, but also to America itself. His tone, behavior, and language do not reflect the dignity expected from the President of the United States. His actions and statements often come across as childish and foolish. He has publicly disrespected the leaders of many countries, including the President of Ukraine.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III.
The Prime Minister of Japan.
Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Hey, why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay, right?
The President of Turkey.
He knows about rigged elections better than anybody.
The King of Saudi Arabia.
He didn't think he'd be kissing my ass. He really didn't.
The President of France.
Macron, whose wife treats him extremely badly. And he's still recovering from the right to the jaw.
Trump needs to learn basic manners and decency once again, because this kind of low-class behavior does not suit the leader of a great nation. In 2006, Trump had a sexual encounter with Stormy Daniels. Just before the 2016 presidential election, $130,000 was paid to Stormy Daniels, and in return, she was supposed to remain silent. However, the issue of the hush money payment also went to court. The story begins like this. Trump and Stormy Daniels first met in 2006, when Trump invited her to dinner. According to Stormy Daniels, she didn't want to go, but her publicist pressured her into accepting the invitation. This happened around the time when Melania had just given birth to their son. Stormy Daniels says that when she arrived at Trump's room, he greeted her wearing pajamas. She went to the bathroom, and when she came back out, Trump was lying on the bed in boxer shorts and a t-shirt. Stormy Daniels and Trump then had consensual sex. In 2011, when Stormy Daniels agreed to give an interview to In Touch magazine, she was threatened. Then, in 2016, Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen, paid her $130,000. Michael Cohen later admitted under oath that this money was paid on behalf of Trump. Similarly, Donald Trump faced an $83 million defamation penalty for denying the sexual assault allegations made by writer E. Jean Carroll. Carroll had filed a lawsuit against Trump claiming that he sexually assaulted her in 1995 at a New York department store. Nearly 26 women have been harassed by Trump. Most of these women were contestants in Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, and Miss Universe pageants. Many of them have stated that Trump subjected them to harassment. In addition, Trump's close relationship with Jeffrey Epstein also indicates that he views women merely as objects for satisfying his sexual desires. Despite all this, what surprises me is how Trump still speaks with such arrogance and confidence about women's rights.
And we're protecting women's rights, defending women's dignity, and standing up for the American moms and daughters.
While his own behavior toward women includes harassment, abuse, touching their private parts, making them feel uncomfortable, and taking advantage of their vulnerabilities. And then he says, "We will bring freedom to the women of Iran," even though he ordered an attack on a school in Iran, killing approximately 170 children. And such is his ignorance that in his anger and frustration, he threatens to wipe out an entire civilization simply because he started a war for the sake of Israel that he is now finding difficult to end. For the sake of Israel's pleasure, American soldiers' lives are being put at risk, and because of his own ignorance and frustration, he is diminishing America's honor. Such a person can never be qualified to become the president of a great country, a person whose own thinking and character toward women is so despicable, who places so little value on human lives that whenever he feels like it, he threatens to destroy an entire civilization. And when he fails to achieve success in a war he started due to his own mistakes, and for Israel's sake, he begins hurling insults at his opponents. Such an ignorant and despicable human being does not deserve to live in the presidential palace of the United States. If you enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us a lot. Making videos like this takes a ton of time and hard work, so your support means everything. Also, if you want to know why Trump couldn't win the war against Iran, I've explained it in a very simple and clear way in my previous video. Make sure you don't miss it.